Windows 11 is here, and it is packing some serious upgrades. We're talking sleek design, performance boosts, and a whole bunch of new features. But there's a catch. Microsoft has upped the ante when it comes to hardware requirements. They're playing it safe, aiming for a more secure and stable experience for everyone. Think of it like this. Imagine trying to run the latest AAA game on a 5-year-old laptop. It might sputter, lag, and crash more often than you'd like. Similarly, Windows 11 needs a certain level of horsepower under the hood to deliver the best possible experience. But hey, we're tech enthusiasts, right? We don't back down from a challenge. Let's dive into those system requirements and see what makes Windows 11 tick. So, your PC didn't make the cut? Don't sweat it. Before we get our hands dirty, let's lay down the law, shall we? Microsoft has set some ground rules for Windows 11, mostly revolving around security and performance. Here's the official checklist. Processor, 1 GHz or faster with 2 or more cores on a compatible 64-bit processor or system on a chip. RAM 4 GB, storage 64 GB or larger storage device. System firmware UEFI Secure Boot capable TPM Trusted Platform Module version 2.0. Graphics card compatible with DirectX 12 or later with WDDM 2.0 driver. Display high-definition 720p display that is greater than 9 inches diagonally, 8 bits per color channel. Now if your PC is giving you the side-eye because it doesn't quite meet these specs, don't panic. There are ways to bypass these requirements and install Windows 11 on unsupported hardware. But, and this is a big but, it's not for the faint of heart. You'll need a bit of tech savviness and a willingness to tinker under the hood. Ready to roll up your sleeves? Let's get started. Method 1. The Registry hack. Tweaking Windows 11's brain. This first method involves a bit of digital surgery. We're going to tweak the Windows registry, which is like the operating system's control panel. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. Just follow these steps carefully. 1. Backup, backup, backup. This is crucial, folks. Before you touch the registry, make a full backup of your system. If anything goes wrong, and I really hope it doesn't, you'll be able to roll back to safety. 2. Fire up the registry editor. Hit the Windows key, type regedit, and press enter. 3. Navigate to the danger zone. Carefully click your way through the following folders. H-key, local machine system setup. 4. Create a new key. Right-click on the setup folder, select new, key, and name it lab config. 5. Time for some new values. Inside the lab config folder, create 2 new Word 32-bit values and name them bypass TM check and bypass secure boot check. 6. Flip the switch. Double-click each of these new values and set their data to 1. This tells Windows 11 to look the other way when it checks for TPM and secure boot. 7. Save and reboot. Close the registry editor and restart your computer. You're now ready to install Windows 11. Remember, the registry is a sensitive area. One wrong move and you could end up with a very expensive paperweight. Proceed with caution and only if you're comfortable with the risks involved. Method 2. Rufus to the rescue, a smoother ride. If messing with the registry makes you break out in a cold sweat, fear not. Rufus, a handy little tool for creating bootable USB drives, has got your back. This method is generally considered safer and less prone to errors. Here's the game plan. 1. Grab your tools. Download the latest version of Rufus from the official website and a Windows 11 ISO file from Microsoft. 2. Plug and play. Connect a USB drive at least 8 GB to your computer. 3. Rufus to the rescue. Launch Rufus, select your USB drive and choose the Windows 11 ISO file you downloaded. 4. The magic touch. In Rufus's settings, look for an option to bypass TPM or secure boot requirements. It might be labeled as Extended Windows 11 Installation or something similar. Enable it. 5. Create and install. Click. Start to create your bootable USB drive. Once done, use it to boot your PC and start the Windows 11 installation process. Rufus streamlines the process, making it a more user-friendly option for those new to bypassing system requirements. Just remember, always download Rufus from the official website to avoid any unwanted surprises. Method 3. The old switcheroo, Windows 10 to the rescue. This method is, well, a bit more involved but can be a lifesaver if you're having trouble with the previous two. It involves using an older Windows 10 ISO file to trick the installation process. Here's the breakdown. First, download a Windows 10 ISO file from a reputable source. Make sure it's an older version that doesn't enforce the strict TPM 2.0 requirement. Next, use Rufus or another tool to create a bootable USB drive with the Windows 10 ISO. Then, boot from the USB drive and begin the Windows 10 installation process. When prompted to choose an installation type, select Upgrade instead of Custom. Now, here's the magic trick. Instead of selecting the Windows 10 installation files on your USB drive, navigate to your hard drive and choose your existing Windows 10 installation. This will essentially force an upgrade from your current Windows 10 to Windows 11. This method can be a bit more time-consuming, but it's a good workaround if other methods fail. Just be patient and follow the on-screen prompts carefully. Performance boost. Getting your unsupported PC up to speed. Congratulations! You've successfully installed Windows 11 on your unsupported PC. Now let's make sure it runs as smoothly as possible. Here are a few tips to squeeze out that extra performance. First, security first, even if we bent the rules. Even though we bypass Secure Boot, it's a good idea to enable it in your BIOS settings if possible. Also, make sure Virtualization-Based Security, or VBS, is turned on in Windows Security. These features add an extra layer of protection, even on unsupported hardware. Next, think of yourself as a driver detective. Head over to your PC manufacturer's website and download the latest drivers for your specific model. This will ensure all your hardware components are playing nicely with Windows 11. Then let's talk about performance tweaks. Windows 11 comes with a bunch of performance optimization settings. Experiment with different power plans, disable unnecessary startup programs, and run the built-in troubleshooters to identify and fix any performance bottlenecks. Lastly, consider resource management. If your PC is a bit light on RAM or CPU power, consider closing resource-intensive applications while gaming or running demanding software. You can also adjust visual effects and animations for a snappier experience. Remember, even with these optimizations, your unsupported PC might not achieve the same level of performance as a fully supported system. But hey, a little tweaking can go a long way. Risks ahead. Navigating the murky waters of unsupported territory. Before we get too comfortable in our newly acquired Windows 11 haven, let's take a moment to acknowledge the risks involved in venturing into unsupported territory. First, no official support. This is a big one. If you run into any issues, Microsoft won't be there to bail you out. You'll be on your own, scouring forums and troubleshooting guides for solutions. Second, security vulnerabilities. By bypassing security features like TPM 2.0, you might be exposing your system to potential security risks. Make sure you have a robust antivirus and anti-malware solution in place and stay vigilant against online threats. Third, stability issues. Windows 11 is still a relatively new operating system, and running it on unsupported hardware can lead to unexpected errors, crashes, or instability issues. Be prepared for the occasional hiccup or two. And fourth, future incompatibility. As Windows 11 evolves, future updates or software might require features or hardware that your unsupported PC lacks. This could mean missing out on new features or even being forced to upgrade your hardware down the line. It's crucial to weigh these risks carefully before taking the plunge. To upgrade or not to upgrade? That is the question. So who should take the leap and install Windows 11 on an unsupported PC? And who should steer clear? Go for it if you are comfortable with tech. This is not for the faint of heart. You should be comfortable troubleshooting, digging into settings, and potentially dealing with errors. Also, have a backup plan. Things can go wrong. Always have a full system backup ready to roll back if needed, and be okay with risks. Understand that you might encounter stability issues, security vulnerabilities, or incompatibility with future software. Steer clear if you rely on your PC for critical tasks. Don't risk your work or important data on an unsupported system. Also, if you aren't tech savvy, if you're not comfortable troubleshooting technical issues, it's best to stick with a supported system. And finally, if you want a hassle-free experience, installing Windows 11 on unsupported hardware can be a bumpy ride. The decision ultimately comes down to your comfort level, technical skills, and tolerance for risk. The final word, you've got the power. There you have it, folks. The ins and outs of installing Windows 11 on unsupported hardware. It's a bit of a wild ride, but hey, who doesn't love a good challenge? Remember, knowledge is power. Weigh the risks, do your research, and make an informed decision that's right for you. And hey, if you ever find yourself yearning for the familiar embrace of Windows 10, don't hesitate to hit me up. I've got a handy-dandy guide on downgrading that'll get you back on track in no time. Until then, happy tinkering. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more tech tips and insights. And let me know in the comments below.